Ellsbury will step in. We are underway, and the first delivery is a strike, as Fielding Colbert is the man calling balls and strikes tonight. Jacoby Ellsbury, the kid from Oregon, with a 10-game hitting streak, and sends a fly ball into the gap in left center field, and that baby's going to get down and on a hop off the wall. Ellsbury will stand at second base with a leadoff double and an 11-game hitting streak. So Jack Abascus rocks on his second pitch with a double.
Well, Chris goes right after him with a fastball. Didn't want to walk him, and Ellsbury, who's been hot, hits the ball out into left center field. Once it gets through the outfielders, it's an easy double for him.
And here comes the defending MVP in the American League, Dustin Pedroia. MVP, Gold Glove winner, Silver Slugger winner, strike on the outside corner, 0-1 to count. He did it all last year. Ellsbury, I'm sure, has some friends up from Corvallis area, the Oregon area, from where he went to school. And that is down low and outside, so the count at a ball and a strike. I think it behooves Jack Abascus to get through this inning fairly unscathed. I mean, he gives up a run, that's all right. But I look at crooked numbers, 4 or 5 runs. That's damaging to the ego, to the soul. And a ground ball to third. Nobody's at third, so the runner will go there. And Beltre throws him out as Ellsbury goes down to third base. Ellsbury.
Well, the other thing, Dave, when you put crooked numbers up like that, it gives the opposing pitcher a lot of confidence to be more aggressive, and that's something you don't want with Lester on the mound.
J.D. Drew, the hitter. And the infield comes up already here in the first inning all the way around. J.D. with 5 home runs, 18 RBIs. And now Jack Abascus is going to step back off, as all of a sudden they changed their mind. They are going to concede the run for an out, as the shortstop Betancourt and Lopez both go back to normal depth. Change fouled at the plate.
Probably thinking like you are, Dave, trying to stay away from the big inning. Give up the 1 run and try to stay away from the 2, 3, 4 spot.
I like that pitch. Start him off with a straight change.
Switch it up a little bit. Give him something else to think about.
And a little bit inside. Just inside again to J.D. Ball 2, 2-1. Jack Abascus, the 30-year-old rookie. And a fly ball into shallow left center field, and it's going to drop for a base hit. So the run will score as J.D. Drew picks up the RBI. And it's 1-0 Boston. Perfectly placed in front of Franklin Gutierrez and Vladimir Valentin.
And probably because of the changeup he started with, he was able to jam him with a fastball right off the fist. He was able to fight it off into left center field. Ellsbury, good speed, scores easily.
And here comes trouble. This young man makes his home in Kirkland. He went to Gonzaga. He's from Canada, Jason Bay. Jason Bay has 19 RBIs in May. Only Evan Longoria has more, 21. From Trail, British Columbia. As we mentioned, matriculated at Spokane. at Gonzaga in Spokane. And has been very productive. The years he was with the Pirates and now with the Red Sox, he just kind of stepped in right where Manny took off when Manny left the Red Sox last year and went to the Dodgers. And quite frankly, the Red Sox didn't miss a beat.
No, they didn't. He better outfielder for sure, but he's done a really nice job for him. Tough situation to step into, popular as Manny was in Boston.
3-0. And that's Mike Lowell, the third baseman, on deck. And he lost him on 4 pitches. So all of a sudden, Jakubowskis has lost a little bit of his cool. That's what we were afraid about with J.D. Drew up there and giving him up the base hit. But you still have to think that a ground ball gets him back in the dugout now.
Well, it absolutely does. Lowell doesn't run well. If they can get something on the ground, turn a double play.
So a very nice crowd here tonight, and Lowell hitting .299, the hitter. Red Sox losing to the Angels last night, or yesterday afternoon, and Mike Lowell taking the strike. That's Bay at first base, J.D. Drew down at second. Jakubowskis the breaking ball that time. Fairly fat pitch. When you were with the Yankees a short time, did you get a taste of the Yankee-Red Sox rivalry?
A little bit, just because when I was with the Yankees, the organization was struggling at the time, so there wasn't much competition for the Red Sox, but I know that they didn't like us very much, and you heard about it.
Too far inside.
But that being said, it's still playing at Fenway Park in Boston, one of my favorites.
That man on the disabled list, Kevin Youkilis, the top hitters in baseball, and he's got an oblique muscle problem. So he's going to miss this series. And Mike Lowell, a pop-up out in front of the plate. Jojima there to make the catch. Two away. And Rocco Baldelli had his first home run in a Red Sox uniform last Saturday. Will be the hitter. Baldelli taking strike. Kid native of New England, Rhode Island. Obviously a Red Sox fan growing up. Checked his swing. And space umpire Gary Cederstrom said no, he did not go around. Red Sox have won 6 of the last 9 games played here in Seattle. And a ground ball to third, and Belgrade will win that race easily and get the force on J.D. Drew at third base. So, 1 run, and not bad job at all, turned in by Chris Jakubowskis. We go.
inning. What'd you think?
It's hard for me to tell.
I mean, the tracer showed that it was at the bottom of the strike zone, but looking at that pitch from center field, it looked like maybe that pitch was down.
So Beltre, the hitter now. Mariners can't score on an out. And a change that misses. Too far inside. And that's also a little bit inside. 3-0. So his second straight 3-0 count. You going to turn this guy loose 3-0 too?
I would. You saw the pitch from Sweeney. It was a fastball right in the middle of the plate. If it's not there, you take it. But if you get a pitch that you like, why not?
And that was down low and inside. So Beltre moves on down to first, and Vladimir Valentin, the man who had all the extra work this afternoon, looking to get the Mariners on the board here with a base hit. Ichiro at third and Beltre over at first. Challenged him with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
See his numbers against right-handers much improved. 270 versus the 194 that he hit off of right-handers last year.
But against left-handers, very nice average at 333. First time he's ever faced this left-hander though. Inside. The Mariners will spend the 4th of July in Boston this year. Only time they go there, 3-game series. And a fly ball into right center field. Left center field, make it. And Jacoby Ellsbury makes an easy catch out there in left center field. So the Mariners lead 2 at the end of 1-0. Red Sox. Or some fries out there from the mic.
They missed us. We were gone for a while.
This man had 5 hits, tying a career high yesterday in the loss to the Angels. Julio Lugo, boosting his average up to 349. 1-0 on him, and that's too high. There's a man who can smell him in a rack, man. I get quite an aroma.
Welcome back home.
Yeah, absolutely. It's nice to have you. So Lugo is gunned out easily by Beltre. And here comes the Red Sox captain, Jason Varitek. Varitek has carved himself out quite a career in Boston after being #1 draft choice of the Mariners and out of Georgia Tech. Strike taken at the knees, 0-1. And he certainly taken the ball and ran with it in Boston. Not too many guys in baseball have worn the C.
Does Jeter have a C?
No,
I think so.
He just is the captain.
Right.
Doesn't wear one. Matter of fact, he's the only man I think that I know.
I think so too.
In baseball that actually wears the C.
Do you like it? Naming a captain?
What does it mean? It means that your teammates like you, that they pour all their troubles out on your shoulders, I suppose. And line drive, 1 hopper. Lopez stays with it, throws him out. And I believe Mike Sweeney wore one when he was with Kansas City. On his shirt was captain of the Royals.
I think it means that you spend a lot of time in the manager's office. As you mentioned, Dave, everybody telling you about their complaints, and then you get to go share it with the manager.
Well, this is the kid that's taking Ortiz's spot at first base, a kid from Kelso High School, Jeff Bailey. And a strike is called. 1 ball, 1 strike. He's had some pretty impressive power numbers in the minor leagues. He's 0 for his last 11, however. And now he's not. He got himself a base hit. Off the glove of Lopez. So 2 out single. And Jacoby Ellsbury, the hitter. If you go to Mariners games on a regular basis with friends or with family, you should go in on a Mariners 16 game plan together. You'll save money. You'll get a fantastic seat location and enjoy season ticket holder benefits. So team up and get your 16 game plan. Your last chance to purchase a 16 game plan is Thursday. For more information, you can visit mariners.com/16. Cubby the double into the gap in left center, and has scored the only run of the ball game. Sweet Mariners, stinky socks. And a little high. 2-1 the count. Ellsbury is the kid I'm sure we all remember. But about a month ago, stealing the straight steal at home against the Yankees at Fenway Park. First time that had been done in some 15 years by a Red Sox player. And that's into the gap, too. That's in the other gap, going all the way to the wall in right center field. So Jeff Bailey to second base. He's being rounded around third. There'll be no throw to the plate. 2-0 Boston. RBI triple by Jacoby Ellsbury. 2-0 Ellsbury. That ball tagged.
Take a look at it. Went to the left center field gap and then comes right back on this one and goes into the right center field gap. And with his speed, he can really run. He made it to third easily. No throw at all.
And Dustin Pedroia will be the hitter now. And a change over the outside corner. That got the outside corner too. Fastball that time. Picked up there. Vasquez throws him out. So here in the second, one more for the Boston Red Sox and a couple of hits. As we go to the bottom of the second, 2-0 Boston. And welcome back to beautiful Safeco Field as the Red Sox have scored single runs in the first and the second, and Russell Brennan leads it off here for the Mariners. Can't find the fastball from Lester on one. Brennan to be followed by Kenji Jojima and then Yunieski Betancourt. What do you like in the East this year?
I think I have a lot of respect for Tampa and their club. I think they proved a lot last year, but for me, it's hard to get away from Boston, from the Red Sox.
Slow breaking ball fouled back.
And Toronto, I mean, you know, that's a club that very impressive offensively. They've done a tremendous job this year. They have good pitching. We know that. But I don't know if their offense is going to keep up with what they've been doing. So, I don't know. I think if I had to pick one, I'd probably roll with Boston. What do you think?
And a line drive down the right field line. It's fair. Going to hit the stands down there with a jet out. Can Branyan get 3? No. He'll settle for 2. As J.B. Drew has to come up and play. I tend to agree with you. I just think Boston has a little bit too much firepower. I like the pitching a little bit. Toronto's got Roy Halladay. After that, who they have? I mean, the guy that you can really count on.
Yeah, they have, in my opinion, the guy that I think is the premier pitcher in the American League in Halladay. It's tough to argue with that guy. As many innings as he pitches and what he's doing, but I don't know how important you think it is to get Ortiz going for these guys.
I think it's fairly important.
I think so too.
Yogeman now, the hitter. And a bunt down the third baseline. Gonna go foul. Almost stayed fair.
It's a good idea. Lowell was playing back. Right down the line. Looked like he just caught the cut of the grass and kicked it left. It's a good idea.
Kansas hit well. Man in scoring position this year.
And the other thing with the Red Sox too, I think both Lester and Beckett, who will be going tomorrow night, those guys are going to pitch much better than they have so far. Both of them coming in with ERAs over 6. So I don't think that's going to stay the same. I think those guys will end up getting hot. Put a pretty good run together.
Pretty good closer in Papelbon too.
Yeah. But then again,
it's the reason they play the game.
Who would have given Tampa a shot last year, right? Who knows?
I don't know about injuries. We got a lot of baseball to be played. Place to hit it right in front of the runner. So Branyan has to stay at second base. And welcome back to the lineup, Yuniesky Betancourt. Mariners fans, you stay up to date all season with team text and video alerts for your mobile phone. Text Get Mariners to 65246 to sign up now. She might be doing that right now. Yuniesky Betancourt missed the last couple of games. Down low. You got to be looking for the Express. You got to looking for them dead red right now.
If you don't get it, take it.
You got it, but missed down low and outside. So that's a third 3-0 count that Lester's had in this ballgame.
He hasn't been sharp. 22 pitches in the first. 11 so far in this inning. I thought that was one of the keys. Try to get his pitch count up and get him out of the game if you can. Thought it was interesting. Lester would start him with a couple of breaking balls. As you mentioned, Betancourt didn't play the last couple of games of the road trip, and throughout that road trip when he was playing, he was seeing a lot of off-speed pitches.
Three and one. And a change for a strike. 3-1 change. I will say this. Betancourt has seen more pitches in this at bat than he has seen in many games. 5. And outside, he walks for the third time. That may be the premier at bat this year as far as Yurniewski Betancourt is concerned. Think he's learned something in the last couple of days or not?
People certainly have been talking to him about it. It's a take right there. Never ended up with a swing.
The skipper loves it. And Franklin Gutierrez will be the hitter. Breaking ball for a strike. Fastball, hit foul. Probably had to get off his seat down there. Must be nice to be 3 years old and beautiful. Oh, is she a doll? So Franklin Gutierrez down on that breaking ball. And the second strikeout. Lester.
Really good breaking ball. Throws it at his back foot. Can't lay off of it. Swings right over the top. Tough pitch to lay off of. And have to respect his 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
Ichiro with a base hit to left in the first. No. That's too far low. Got a pitch there. Right up in his wheelhouse.
Yeah, nice fastball up out over the plates where he likes it. Had a solid base hit to left field his first time up. Similar pitch right there.
Texas leading the Angels 10-5 in the first of that weekend series. Down in Arlington in the 9th inning. Just inside. 3-1. Ball popped up straightaway center field, and an easy play out there for Jacoby Ellsbury. So here in the second, another threat, but that's all, and 2 more are left after 2-0. Both Sox. Having a nice evening, a beautiful. Yeah, you've got the original Mariner hat on. Time for our Aflac trivia question. Can you name the player that entered today leading Major Leagues with 14 home runs? Here's J.D. Drew.
Can you?
Line outside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Can you?
I would guess Pena from Tampa Bay.
Strike on the inside corner, so the count 1-1.
And I've been told that I'm wrong. He has 13.
And that ball is hit into deep left center field, and that baby's going to take a hop off the base of the wall. So another gap found by J.D. Drew, and that's the third gap found. 2 by Ellsbury, 1 by Drew, and another leadoff double.
Take a look at it. Up and out over the plate, and that's the key to it. The pitch is up, so it's easy for J.D. Drew to hit it the other way. Second leadoff double in 3 innings so far.
Yeah. Here's Jason Bay, who's been an RBI machine last 10 games. Taking a strike at the knees. Tell you the truth, I don't pay too much attention to any leaders this particular time of the year, unless he happens to be on your ball club. You do,
right, when
you check the breaking balls down low and outside, teams coming in to play you, see what they're doing. 14 home runs. Well, Hamilton just got back, and he just started hitting home runs, so he's nowhere near that. The delivery's high. I bet you it's somebody you'd never guess. That's not known as a power.
You don't think it's Albert Pujols?
Might be. All I have to do is look at my stat sheet and I can tell. 2-2.
I think I know what it is. Can't think of his name right now. First baseman for the Padres.
First baseman for the Padres?
Yeah, it's Gonzalez. Adrian Gonzalez. There you go. I think that's what it is.
Yeah. He's a heck of a ball player, I know that. And down low and inside. So 2 on with nobody out.
Especially to have 14 hitting in that ballpark. That's a pretty big ballpark. Play half his games in.
And Mike Lowell up there now, and Jakubowskis now is going to be visited by Rick Adair. And a pitching coach out to chat with him. His pitch count is up at 40. No more than that. It's up at 50.
Yeah.
Again in the pressure cooker.
Now Lowell with 28 RBIs. Doubt he's bunting even though there's nobody out here.
And a base hit to right field. So J.D. Drew to third base, they'll hold him there. And boy, I'll tell you, it's boiling over right now. Bases loaded, nobody out.
First pitch just goes with it, hits it the other way. Another pitch up in the zone. You saw the one from Drew that hit the double, and then he walks Bay, and now another fastball up in the zone.
And Rocco Baldelli. A ground ball to third in the first inning. But even though he's only hit 1 home run, he's got some great raw power. And sends a deep fly ball to left field, right down the line. However, it is hooking foul.
Upper deck.
Told you he had great raw power.
Barely able to get it out. Or he hit it right down the line. Just going foul.
And Denny Stark getting up, throwing in a hurry, out in the bullpen. J.D. Drew at third, Day at second, Lowell at first. And barely missing outside that time. 2-1. Jakubowski's now putting some tremendous pressure on himself. John Lester enjoying every bit of this. On the outside corner. Nice pitch.
Yeah, good pitch. He's trying to work a little bit further down in the zone.
And that curveball on the outside corner. Beautiful pitch. Right over the outside corner of the knees.
They threw 2 of them in a row. That was a nice one right there. Looked like Baldelli gave up on it, thought it was going to be high in the zone, and dropped right into the strike zone on the corner, too. Nice pitch.
So 1 out, and Julio Lugo, the hitter, he hit a ground ball to Dotre last inning. Too far inside with that fastball. Too high. At third base, J.D. Drew, Jason Bay down at second. Matt Lowell over at first base. And not close. So now he's got to come in.
Yeah, he's having better command of his breaking ball. He's been able to keep that down, but his fastball has been consistently up in the zone. Even the ones he's throwing for strikes are pretty much at the top of the strike zone. When he's missing way up out of it. You see Denny Stark getting loose.
And a fastball right down the middle of the plate that time. Double play ball, maybe. There's one, and the relay to first is away from the first baseman. 2 runs are going to score. So Lopez's throw, trying to hurry his throw to get the double play, and he ended up not getting the double play, and 2-run score to make it 4-0.
And they're going to give the error to Lopez on the throw. Take a look at it again. It's been a tough one to double up. Lugo runs well. That's why Lopez hurried his throw. Branyan almost came up with it. Kind of an in-between hop.
And Varitek, the hitter, 1 RBI and an error on Lopez.
Chris is up to 60 pitches now.
Yeah. One ball, no strikes. Ball is hit to deep left center field, and over there to make the catch is Vladimir Valentini. So 2 come in to score here in the 3rd inning, and as we go to the bottom of the 3rd, now the Red Sox 4-0. 14 home runs. That is correct. First baseman Adrian Gonzalez of the San Diego Padres, and we'll see the Padres both here and at Petco Park later on as Jose Lopez leads it off here and takes a delivery a little outside, ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. And we understand that he's just hit his 15th tonight for San Diego. Right to the third baseman, Mike Lord. Mike Sweeney. Count 1-3-0 on Sweeney. And let him swing away, and in the end ended up striking out on a pitch he thought was low and out of the strike zone looking. A man who doesn't complain that much. Complained a little bit. Fielding Colbert. Over the mound. Ball almost hit the bag at second, but it didn't. So Pedroia makes the play on it. Bradley easily. 2 down. Major League Baseball and People magazine are looking for individuals who made a difference in their community. 30 everyday All-Stars will be honored at the 2009 All-Star Game in St. Louis. To nominate an All-Star in your community, visit peopleallstars.com. Adrian Beltre walked in the first inning. I don't know.
Adrian had a good road trip. Hit a couple of home runs. Swung the bat much better. Ended up with some hits. Drove in a couple of runs.
And a routine ground ball to shortstop, and a 6-pitch inning for John Lester. And the Mariners are gone in order. So we're through 3, and it's 4-0 Boston.
More than ever by Les Schwab, celebrating over 50 years of pride and performance. And by Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut now delivers Toscani pasta pairs. Get an order delivered today. Beautiful night here in Safeco Field in Seattle. Glad to be back home. Here's a fly ball. Right field. Ichiro off the bat of Jeff Bailey. And there's one down. Nice to be breathing the Seattle air again. Dave Sims and Mike Blowers. How about Chris Jacobauskas? It's been a struggle He's only had 3 scoreless innings in his last 11 2/3.
Well, and the biggest thing is his fastball. He has to be able to command it. Tonight, his fastball, the pitches he's getting hurt on, fastballs that are up in the zone. Pretty nice breaking ball tonight. He's throwing some good changeups, but he's going to have to command his fastball. We saw some balls hit in the gap, and they've all been on high fastballs.
They've all been tattooed as well. Top of the order, here's Ellsbury. Big problem tonight for Jakubauskas. Double to left center, triple to right center. Mariners didn't help Jakubauskas get much of a breather. 3rd inning, a 6-pitch, 1-2-3 third. Angels come in. The Red Sox come in having lost 2 of 3 to the Angels down in Anaheim. Almost hit him. Very really good spark plug kind of player. Got his hitting streak up to 11 games. Bounces one off the plate. Lopez got to hurry. He knows it. Base hit. Ellsbury a home run away from a cycle.
Well, he bounces this one off the plate. It's really high. You can see Chris Jakubauskas just hang his head after he bounced it off the plate, knowing there was probably no chance for Lopez. Nice try, but Ellsbury with his speed was going to beat that thing out.
1 out, runner on. And they can do some things here. Pedroia, rating MVP in the American League. 2 ground outs so far tonight. Strange to see the Red Sox come to town and no Big Papi. Everybody knows by now, struggling. Redefining struggling. 0 for 7 last night, 12 men left on. He's hitting .208, no homers, 15 runs batted in. And you can't find it. Ellsbury with great speed moves up to second.
That'll be a wild pitch.
So wild pitch. Ellsbury takes second, 1 out. And the count 2-0 to Pedroia. The word I got before the game that we probably will not even see Big Papi in this series. Real good chance. There's David. He's trying to get his head clear and start all over again. He hasn't homered since September 22 of last year. Fouled off, but the other thing that they talk about David Ortiz, hey, somebody does something, somebody comes up with a big hit, somebody pitches a good inning, he's the first guy top of the dugout, give him a high five. Two and 1 here to Pedroia.
I think with everything that he's meant to that organization, the things he's done, you're going to give him a little bit of a break, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely. Tremendous cachet with this organization. Fouled straight back. There's Big Papi, one of the real dangerous hitters in his generation. Left-handed hitter, and he teamed with Manny Ramirez a lot of years here, won a couple of World Series. And he apologized to his Dodger teammates down in Miami earlier today. One of the bigger stories in the National League. Breaking ball. Hit to Beltre, foul ball. Reading that story about Manny came in. A lot of the guys who live in the Miami area even came to the hotel so they could see it. Casey Blake saying, hey, we forgive him. It was a mistake. And Joe Torre expects that Manny will more than likely go to their Arizona complex and work out. And he'll be back in action July 3, which means the Mariners will just miss him. The Mariners will be in L.A. in late June. Then he start warming up again. Mariners will be in L.A. 26, 27, 28, a weekend series in June.
When's the All-Star break?
All-Star break, St. Louis, July 13, 14, 15.
Okay, so he'll be back 10 days before the break.
You bet. 2-2 to Pedroia. Huge offensive weapon, Kevin Youkilis. Uke, what happened? Hey, just been grinding a lot in the oblique wing. His numbers are out of sight. on most of the top offensive categories in the American League. 2-2. Pedroia the other way, foul ball. Gonna get well wishes to Jerry Remy of the broadcast crew. Those with Don Orsillo.
These guys, Boston, we talk about the A's all the time because we see them so much, but Boston will make you work. I mean, they grind out their at-bats. That's been the case today for Chris. 74 pitches so far here in the fourth.
Sent to center field. Coming on is Gutierrez. He's there. Ellsbury will hold at second. Dave Roberts taking over for Jerry Remy in the TV broadcast booth for the Red Sox. Jerry recovering from lung surgery. American League team runners in scoring position average leaders. Red Sox, the number 3 team in the American League. The Mariners, number 5, is Brad Penny on the right. The starters have been struggling on the road at 6.39 ERA. Opponents hitting .297. Talking to some of the writers and broadcasters and players. There's some issues, not a lot of issues. You got Ortiz not swinging the bat real well. The starters not up to their normal numbers, which you know they will because they've got great track records over there. This ball club's playing 600 balls starting the day, a game out of first. Jakubowski's 2-0, 2 outs, runner at second. Jakubowski's trying to keep him off the board. 4-0 Red Sox scored each of the first 3 innings.
And again on that last pitch, tried to come inside on Drew, but it was up in the zone. A lot of fastballs up in the zone.
2-0 pitch. Changeup.
He's had a good changeup. I mean, a nice curveball today. He's been able to keep those pitches down.
Trying to get himself out of some trouble here with 2 outs. J.D. Drew, 5 home runs, 18 runs batted in. The 2-1. Left side long run Beltre. We've seen him make this play before. Got a glove on it. That's a heck of a play just to get a glove on it from that angle. And not a whole lot of room, not a lot of forgiving room like, say, in Oakland.
No, he had to run a long ways for it, too. It looked like it went right off the end of his glove.
Where's like freeze cam. Great effort. This is one of the better athletes you're going to see, folks. Adrian Beltre.
Right off the end.
Jakubowskis taking his time here. That's of course like freeze cam. Giving Valentine, Beltre, and Betancourt a chance to catch your breath. 2 balls, 2 strikes to J.D. Drew. Swing and a miss. High heat got him. So just the 4th inning in the last 12 2/3 that Jakubowskis has pitched a scoreless inning. It's 4-0 Boston. try and win at home against the Minnesota Twins. That's our out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Washington's Lotteries Match 4. Valentine, Brandon, Jojima, 5, 6, 7 here in the fourth inning for the Mariners. Down 4-0 on just 2 hits. Mike, they've had Lester. They've had him on the ropes. They've made him throw a bunch of pitches.
Well, and again, it's one of the things so far this month.
That's gone. That thing is really ripped. And that's off the fence as Valentine slides in. He missed it by a foot. Exploded off the bat. Missed it by a foot. Had too much topspin. Came down on it.
That's exactly what happened, Dave. He hit it hard, but with the topspin, he kind of hooked it over there into the out-of-town scoreboard. Take a look at it. Gets a good fastball. He's been getting a lot of extra base hits lately. Had some doubles on the road trip, and here's another one.
That explodes off the bat.
You were talking about him having Lester. Here's another opportunity for him so far in the game today. 0 for 6 with men in scoring position, and that's been the problem lately.
0 for 6. Wow.
The guys, the last 10 games, hitting 174 with men in scoring position.
For Valentine, his last 5 hits are now doubles. Good for Vladimir Valentine. Don Wakamatsu has really been pleased with his ability now to use the entire field. Alan Cockrell working with Valentine and Gutierrez. A few guys early on, special drills. They hit the ball the other way. Today's broadcast is on the AFN, the American Forces Network, broadcasting to the U.S. Armed Forces serving in 177 countries and aboard ships at sea. We're watching around the world in Iraq, Germany, Italy, Southwest Asia, South Korea, Japan. We stand and salute you all. Thank you for your service. Matter of fact, I saw a guy with a rally fry sign, said he smelled them all the way in Iraq. He's got to be your winner, right? Is he a clubhouse leader?
I can't give it away. Can't give it away.
I saw he was my clubhouse leader. Saw that back in the first inning. But I see you leaning. 2-0 to Brandon. That's driven deep to right. Is it going to stay fair? No, it doesn't. Good turn on that pitch by Russell Brandon, who doubled down the right field line.
Well, it's fouled by a pretty good margin. He hooked it. He knew it. Russell never left home plate.
Leadoff double by Valentine. Brandon trying to get him in, get Valentine in, get the Mariners on the board. They've been shut out on 3 hits. Two with 2. Mariners left 2 runners on in the first inning, 2 in the second. Then faced just 6 pitches for 3 outs in the third inning. Now they're 2-2. Russell Brandon, Kenji Jojima on deck.
When you take a look at this ball game tonight, Dave, the Red Sox have had their leadoff hitter on twice out of the 4 innings. They both have scored. This right here is the 3rd inning that the Mariners have had a runner on second to start off, and they have yet to score a run. So hopefully that'll change here. And push a run across.
Get something started.
Yeah, exactly.
John Lester's last outing against Tampa Bay, 4 1/3, 10 hits, 8 runs, all earned. 2-2. Didn't hold up. Veritek throws down. Brandon's gone. 1 out. Lester's 3rd strikeout. Here's some other guys who struggled on the road. Floyd, Sonnenstein, Carmona, Lester, and Gup. All top flight pitchers.
I think most organizations would be happy to have any of those guys.
Sign me up. There's Kenji Jojima. Face John Lester. He's been throwing a lot of first pitches, slider down and into right-handers.
Trying to get him to swing over the top, be aggressive. Mariners have a lot of first ball, fastball hitters in their lineup, so he's just giving them a little bit of a different look, put a wrinkle in it, see if he can get ahead of them with a strike.
Goes outside to Kim, 2-0. Three hits tonight for the Mariners. Leadoff base hit by Ichiro. Leadoff double Brandon in the second inning. Leadoff double here in the fourth by Ballentine. Popped up. Veritek takes a look. It will not come back to him. Two balls, one strike to Kenji Jojima. Hits it to Pedroia. He'll move the runner up. 2 down. Take a look at some scores from the American League West. Athletics just bombed by Detroit. Had a big rain delay. Matter of fact, still going on right now. And how about the Texas Rangers still swinging a hot bat, Mike? Look at that, 10-8. Angels, though, brought the tying run to the plate.
They're actually up 10-3, I believe, in the ninth inning of that game, so they made a pretty good run at him. Hamilton went deep again. We saw him come off the DL.
Amazing. Here's Betancourt. Uni taking a pitch. In fact, Uni in his first at bat, he saw 6 pitches, walked in a 3-2 pitch, his 3rd walk of the year. Mariner fans are doing a wave in all their living rooms around the Northwest.
Well, I think the biggest thing is he actually took I believe it was a 3-1 changeup.
Yes, sir. Inside.
And that's a pitch that we've seen him swing at consistently.
Don Wakamatsu giving him a couple nights off, trying to change some approach, change some philosophy in this young player. Multi-talented shortstop. Three and 0. So Uni here in his second plate appearance. At 9 pitches, he's seen 2 appearances. That game in Minnesota, he went 0 for 4 on 6 pitches.
Right.
So sitting down the last 2 nights appears to have sunk in to this point. 3-0. Uni's on again. How about that? He doubles his walk total for the year, and he does it in a little less than 2 hours. 2 men on for Franklin Gutierrez. That walk, the 3rd tonight, issued by John Lester, who struck out 3. Alan Cockrell working with Gutierrez. A couple things he saw, he wanted to work on them, did some special drills, hitting the ball the opposite field. It's a breaking ball for called strike. There's AC, former Tennessee quarterback, most recently hitting coach with the Colorado Rockies. Ballentine speaking with Bruce Hines, third base coach. Oh, 2 outs, 2 on.
Franklin over the last couple of weeks probably. A lot of fastballs inside, throwing him inside, trying to jam him up quite a bit.
Yulieski Betancourt at first, his first 2 walk games since last August. They've got Valentine at third, and that was the 5th 2-walk game for Uni. Seeing speeds on him, 79 miles an hour, fouled away. Good crowd on hand Friday night. We expect good crowds the next couple of nights. Come on out. Red Sox in town. It's their only visit, and this concludes their West Coast trips for the season. And here we are, just the middle of May. Up high. Don Wakamatsu, guest speaker at the RBI Club today. A lot of fans wanted to know how he was handling Brandon Morrow. What was the team chemistry angle? How was Junior and Sweeney? Their effect in the clubhouse. Good time. Answered all the questions. Up high again for Gutierrez. 2-2. Gutierrez just 3 for 24 on the recently completed 1-7 road trip. Get on a positive side right here. Pull the string on him. Breaking ball. And that's Lester's 4th strikeout, and the Mariners lead 2 more. That's 6 on the night. 4-0 Red Sox.
Yeah, we could certainly use a rally right now. I went with the 5th graders from Idaho.
Right.
Look at them. Came a long ways.
Part of the big crowd here, 34,952. Jason Bay to lead it off, 4, 5, and 6. Those folks from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
Hopefully she wasn't here by herself with all of those kids.
I hear that. Yeah, that's an excellent call. Jakubowskis, see if he can get Jason Bay for the first time. He's walked him twice. He can keep the leadoff man off base here. Start this inning. 1-2. Denny Stark is a good stop-start mechanism because it's about the 2nd, if not 3rd time he's been up tonight.
I believe it's the 3rd.
Rolls over on a ground ball. Off Uni's glove. That will be an E6. Betancourt's 5th error of the year. So the leadoff man is on again, Mike.
We'll take a look at it. Pretty routine play, it looks like. Comes up a little bit and hits him right on the wrist. Yep, you can see it bounce up there on him.
So all three of the, make that 4 of the 5 now. They've had their lead man on. Mike Lowell's the hitter. 1 for 2. Here's the good news. Mike Lowell leads the American League and grounded into double plays. Fly ball center field. 1 out. Gutierrez is there. 1 down here in the 5th. Take a look at the Mariners calendar. Brought to you by Sleep Country USA. That road trip, let's flush it. Let's forget about it. Red Sox for this weekend. Angels come in, and then the Giants. Angels losing a slugfest at Texas tonight, 10-8. It appears we're going to get Mr. Santana at some point next week. Came back last night. Randy Johnson, he'll go up against Johan Santana in the Giants Mets series. Giants lead tonight, 6th inning, 5-1. Fouled off by Baldelli. Rocco's 0 for 2. Fielder's choice, struck out looking. Jakubowskis held the Red Sox scoreless in the 4th inning. Trying to match that here. So he throws a breaking ball for a strike to Baldelli. 1-2. Rocco from the great state of Rhode Island grew up rooting for these Red Sox. Big league career began at Tampa Bay. Strike 3 call. Second time Baldelli's called out on strikes. And that's the 3rd strikeout tonight by Jakubowskis.
Nice sequence of pitches. This last one's a fastball. See a good 2-seamer. Starts it just off the plate and runs it back on the outer edge. Set up nicely by a couple of breaking balls.
Here's Lugo popping one up. What do you think of the Mariners? Don Wakamatsu and his staff with Brandon Morrow. Try to get him some work. 5th, 6th innings. I mean, he only has 12 innings under his belt going back to March 1 this year.
I think that you said it. Get him some work. You know, get him some work without having the pressure of the game being on the line. Maybe even pitching for a couple of innings, you know, so he can get a better feel, get some rhythm in what he's doing.
Here's the ball to center field, and Gutierrez is right there. Talk more about Morrow when we come back. Jakubowskis, another scoreless inning. He needs some help. It's 4-0 Red Sox.
the spring, end of the season.
That's a good addition to
Close
that
enough.
previous sentence.
Close enough.
Oh man, it's a serious call. That baby was right there on the lake. Here's the 2-2 to Blowers. Fastball in on the hands. Those had to be murder, right?
Takes it, strike 3.
That had to be brutal. Top of the order. Mariners got to get something fired up here. It's down 4-0. Ichiro 1-0. It also really get a hold of one to get it out deep center. What was it? 4 and change?
Yeah, it was a big ballpark, but it really depended on which way the wind was blowing, you know.
Ichiro drives one deep right. J.D. Drill watches it. Get out of here. Home run, Ichiro. His 3rd of the year. Mariners on the board. 4-1. So Ichiro, his 2nd hit of the night and a 9-game hitting streak. Nice to see him turn on one.
He's been hitting his fastball the other way, and this one he jumps out in front of him. It's just a line drive.
2-0 pitch. So Ichiro gets the Mariners on the board. We see him do this on a daily basis in batting practice, and he can hit them up farther than that. Lopez takes 2-0. John Lester's pitch count, Mike, here in the 5th, 77. With 3 22-pitch innings. The Mariners just now getting on the board. Had him on the ropes a couple times. We've left 6 men on tonight. Here's Lopez driving one left field. Jason Bay's right there. Went out.
Again, Dave, the Mariners got a runner on second base, but nobody out in 3 of the innings coming into this one, 3 of the 4, and weren't able to come up with a run out of that. But hopefully now that they're on the scoreboard, get a few more runs.
Both of these pitchers really trying to bounce back because they've both been blasted in their previous outings. I mentioned John Lester against Tampa Bay, 4 1/3, 10 hits, 8 runs. Jack Obaskus, 4 1/3, 8 hits, 9 runs. Sweeney to center field. Ellsbury makes the catch. 2 down. Felix Hernandez bobblehead night. It's set for next Friday when the Mariners and Giants open a 3-game series. First 20,000 fans, they're going to take home a 7-inch version of Felix, courtesy of UW Medicine and FSN. For tickets, visit mariners.com/bobble. What a performance by Felix yesterday. Took his ERA from 4.09 down to 3.53 with his 7 shutout innings, 4 hits, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Here's Beltre, a walk and a ground out tonight. Adrian hit 290 on the road trip, got his first 2 home runs of the season. Went 9 for 31. One and one.
And the encouraging part of that is he's hitting the ball hard the other way.
Big swing and a miss. 1 and 2. Done a heck of a job because his batting average is down in the 160s. Got up to 225 now. 1,000 off. 2 outs here in the 5th inning. Ichiro leadoff homer. Beltre can keep it going. Valentin get a chance. Valentin 1 for 2 with a double. His last 5 hits are 2 base knocks. Got a piece of it. Veritek held on. strikeout number 5. Mariners are done here in the 5th, but they do get on the board. Ichiro's 3rd home run, his 10th RBI. It's 4-1 Boston. Weekend series. A lot of folks in town to catch this one right now. Let's take a look. Our Fan Pulse texting brought to you by Washington's Department of Ecology. Which no-hitter feat is most impressive? Nolan Ryan's 7 career no-hitters or Johnny Vandermeer's? Back in 1940, he throws back-to-back no-hitters. Ryan, by the way, threw his first no-hitter on this date in 1973. I'll tell you, for me, it's B. Johnny Vandermeer, back-to-backers. Veritek on an 0-1 pitch, skies to Gutierrez, 1 out.
I would absolutely agree.
And you know the tension that must have gone through in that second, he's 7th, 8th, 9th inning. And you're out in the field.
16th, 17th, 18th inning. Yeah.
Jeez. I mean, I think that's one of the top feats in baseball history, because to beat it, you got to throw 3 of them. Jeff Bailey.
Good curveball.
He's on a stride here. Last 2 innings have been scoreless for Jakubowskis. Another curveball for strike 1 and 2. Came inside and missed, 2 and 2.
This will definitely be his last inning. 96 pitches now.
There's Sean White. Now Jakubowskis has run a full count. Johnny Vandermeer's double no-hitters in June of 38. Strike 3 call. 4th strikeout for Jakubowskis. 3 have come looking. And response on a Texan call. How about that?
Well, Curtis was asking me, because people have come close to what Vandermeer had done, what I thought about that. And what I think about that is they haven't done it.
Keep on calling, fans. Call and call early and often. 9-5-3-2-3. Top of the order, Ellsbury. He's been murdered. Double, triple, single. You know what that means.
Ground out to second.
Yep. Home run away from the cycle.
Sean White's up in the pen now for the Mariners.
What about on his triple? This kid motored around.
Flying, that's what I was saying. Yeah.
Bunch of Northeast products in this ball game. Madras, Oregon native. 2005 Pac-10 Co-Player of the Year at Oregon State. .400 calls that split down the middle on that poll texting. Keep calling, folks. Let's see what you think about that. You're watching back in Boston. I'm going to pay for the toll call. Hey, come on, a couple of nickels. Three balls, 2 strikes to Ellsbury. Drive to center field. Gutierrez gave ground and then comes in. Boy, that wind knocked that ball down. Nice inning. 6th inning. 1, 2, 3. So that's 3 in a row now. 3 scoreless innings in a row for Jack Grabowski. Trails 4-1. Seattle night. Glad you could join us, everybody. Boston 4-1 over the Mariners. 6th inning action coming up here. It'll be Ballantine, Branyan, and Jojima. Ballantine takes a strike. He doubled his last time, doubled to left. His last 5 hits are 2 base hits. The 0-1 from Lester. In there for strike. Red Sox scored a run in the first, run in the second, 2 in the third. And the Mariners got on the board in the 5th inning. Home run by Ichiro to lead it off. Curveball hit the low. Ballantine is retired. Comes Russell Branyan. Double down the right field line and a strikeout tonight. We'll get back to Brandon Morrow again.
Yeah.
The last 2 nights, I mean, it's been tough. Hey,
tough on anybody.
Absolutely. And they're going to give him a chance to pitch his way out of it up here in the bigs. David Artsman's going to get a chance to do some closing. Batista Lowe, they may get a shot as well. How do you think this kid's going to recover?
I think he's going to be fine. You know, again, it's one of those things. I think he didn't have enough work. He had, when he came and he started, we remember the game back in Minnesota where he struggled, and after that he was on a pretty good run.
And 5 for 5. Yeah.
Then he went on the DL, and he just hasn't been able to get it going since then. He just has not had the command that he had before he had gone on. And I think he's going to be okay. He just needs to get some work in. I'd like to see him maybe pitch a couple innings at some point be able to mix in a few breaking balls and throw his split a little bit more.
Because the big quote coming out of yesterday, Chris Davis saying, "Hey, I know he had the good fastball, so I basically just went looking for that."
Absolutely, but listen, his stuff is electric. There's no question about it. Brandon's going to be fine, but you just need to get in a different situation where the game's not on the line, and you take a couple of losses like.
Bloop one in. Brandon, 2-hit night, takes an aggressive turn, slams on the brakes. So Brandon on 1-out base runner. Dumps one in the left field.
But he's going to be fine, I think, and eventually he'll probably be right back there as the closer again. So, I think sometimes you have to do something that's best for the team and the player, and I think in this case that's it. Hopefully he's on board with it, feels good about it, and is going to get some work in. And then he'll be back closing again at some point.
David Ardsmith said, "Hey, told him we believe in him. He's going to be fine." Jared Washburn was even more succinct. "Forget about it. Move on." Mike Sweeney said a lot of guys talked to him. And how could you not? I mean, just like we saw Junior do back in Minnesota, put his arm around him. Everybody had some good words for him. They had a couple of meetings today. Hitters, pitchers had meetings. Don Wakamatsu and his staff laid out what they want to do. Certainly is a unique situation, being that he wanted to be, and the club wanted him to be a starter, and then things didn't work out. Breaking ball fouled off by Kenji. Kenji tonight grounded out to short, grounded out to second.
It's a tough game to play at this level, and if your confidence is shaken at all, it makes it even more difficult. And a couple of really tough losses, and you heard his comments after the game, feeling like he let the team down after the guys had played well for a couple of days. And that's let him relax a little bit. He'll get back to it. And in the end, the thing that you hope is that he realizes he's able to do that. Short-term memory, that's what we hear all the time, especially for those guys. But it's part of the growing pains.
2-1 to Kenji Jojima, runner at first, 1 out. So Lester now, 3 balls, 1 strike to the Mariner catcher. On deck is Yuniesky Betancourt, who's walked twice tonight. You heard correctly if you're just joining us on this broadcast. Mariner fans, he walked twice tonight, his second 2-walk game since August 08, his 5th career. As we look at Daniel Bard, they really like him, youngster. One of those easy 98 kind of guys. (3-1) to Kenji Jojima. Swung on through the hole, base hit. And a developing 1-out situation here for the Mariners. Runners at first and second.
Kenji getting a nice count, 3-1 count, ends up with a fastball right in the middle of the plate. Hits it hard in the hole in the left field.
Seattle Sounders FC, they look to bounce back from last weekend's controversial draw as they take on conference rival FC Dallas tomorrow night in the Lone Star State. Coverage begins 10:30 p.m. on FSN and FSN HD. John Farrell, their outstanding pitching coach, having a conversation. Ramirez joins in with Bard. The bullpen, we talked to people surrounding this Boston ball club, they said the bullpen has been the strength. They got all these guys that they can lead up to Papelbon. He's not throwing a bunch of clean innings, but he has been very good. There's Jonathan Papelbon. Got to see him do his victory dance after a couple of the World Series, 04-07. Here's Betancourt. He's seen 10 pitches tonight. He's walked twice. Strike 1. Six Mariner hits tonight against John Lester. Coming up on the 100 pitch mark here in the 6th inning. Tapper. He had a chance to get a runner at second. He just nips Betancourt at first. Lester didn't have the confidence to throw at second base. Pedroia was there. So now the Mariners have runners at second and third, 2 outs as he throws out Betancourt.
That was strange.
It was really strange. He hit the ball in time. Pedroia's there in time. Look at Pedroia. That was an unusual play. I don't know if he maybe didn't have a proper grip on the ball or something, but he had a chance for a deuce. That's what we talked about the last couple of days, getting that extra out.
I think sometimes too with pitchers, they'll look over there, but they still don't see what's going on. You know what I mean? They'll turn and he's almost making up his mind when he sees that Tapper that it's going to be a close play, and I don't think he really saw him standing there and ended up getting out at first, which was a really close play.
So here's Lester. He's got it, and then said, yeah, no.
It looked like he was looking at Lugo, the shortstop, who wasn't at second base.
Right, and Pedroia was there solidly.
Yeah.
So the door's still open here for the Mariners. 1-0 to Gutierrez. Base hit center field. Branyan scores. Coming around. Here's the play at the plate. No play. It's cut off. A two-run single by Gutierrez. They go through the door, Mike. Nicely done. A one-run ball game.
Well, take advantage of it. We were just talking about the play. Should have been at second base for Lester. He decided not to go there, and it ends up costing him a run by a nice piece of hitting by Gutierrez. He was working on hitting the ball up the middle earlier, and there it is.
That is a big, big spot coming with 2 outs. So here's what left the door open for the Mariners. Lugo pointing to Pedroia. He just froze. Lester froze and barely got Betancourt. And Gutierrez, 1-0 pitch, makes it a one-run ball game. Ichiro the lead run at home plate. He homered his last time up on a 2-0 pitch.
I'm wondering, Dave, on that play, going back to the play at second base where he didn't throw it there. A lot of times before the pitch, the shortstop or the second baseman will let the pitcher know who's going to cover, and he looked like he was expecting Lugo to be there, and maybe that threw him off.
Clearly, Pedroia was right there, plenty of time with the catcher, Jojima running. Left side, no play. Mariners down 4-0 after 3. Get a run on the board in the 5th. And here in the 6th, brought home 2. Gutierrez gets it done with 2 outs. Thanks to some indecision by the Boston starter, John Lester. The 1-1 to Ichiro. Breaking ball misses. 2-1. Ichiro homered last time up in a 2-0 pitch into the right field stands. Pitch count continues to mount for Lester. Favorable count for Ichiro.
See if maybe Gutierrez can guess right.
Here's what Ichiro did his last time up. Turned on it and drove it over the head of J.D. Drew about the 3rd row, 358 feet. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Up high.
I think Gutierrez will take off on this 3-1 pitch.
Ichiro, the 6th hitter, to the plate here in the 6th inning. John Farrell on the left. Terry Francona, the skipper, on your right. John Farrell, the pitching coach. The 3-1 to Ichiro. drives one to right field. J.D. Drew taking a look. It's gone, and the Mariners are taking a lead. Ichiro with his second consecutive home run. It's 5-4 Seattle.
Well, it's what we talked about before the game. Lester really hasn't pitched badly this year. It's usually one big inning that's cost him, and right now the Mariners are pouring it on. 4 runs here in the 6th inning after he looked like he was just cruising.
So Ichiro goes deep twice. This one 392 feet. He leaned on it and got it out of here for his 4th home run of the season. And that gives him 12 runs batted in here in 09, and that's a big one. To the right of the 385 sign, and a nice catch by a fan. That'll do it for John Lester in his homecoming. Mariners chase him here in the 6th, and they get it done with 2 outs. Back with more right after this. Big 6th inning. Ichiro a 2-home run night. First time he's done it since July 30 of 05 against Cleveland. And he's the first Mariner to do so since Jose Lopez did it last September. Nice to see Ichiro turn on a couple pitches and ride him out of here.
A couple of fastballs, good fastballs by Lester, but they're both in the middle of the plate.
This on a 3-1 count. Got the whole ballpark energized. Mariners were down 4-0 before they could really break a good sweat. Daniel Bard takes over out of the University of North Carolina. Red Sox people tell me easy 98 from this young man. He can really bring it. Swing and a miss, Lopez. Strike 1.
As you said, there's the number 98 on the first pitch.
Bard, he made his big league debut 2 days ago. Breaking ball. That was against the Angels. 2 scoreless innings. Lester out of Puyallup. He looks absolutely shell-shocked. And just like you talked about, Mike, there's always been that one inning. And it's caught up to him again. Fastball misses away from Daniel Bard.
Well, that was part of talking about the Mariners going into this game, is just trying to hang in there with Lester because he's been doing that. Wow. A couple of home runs from Ichiro.
Fastball fouled back by Lopez. Lopez tonight grounded out to short, lined out hard to Lowell at third base. Flied out to left. And again, you go back to the indecision on the comebacker. Betancourt hit it back to Lester. He had a double play in order. He had Pedroia standing at second base. Here's a fly ball center field. Ellsbury ranging over. And the fact that Lester was indecisive and only got 1 out and barely got that left the door open for the Mariners. and they barreled their way through. They take a 5-4 lead, and Sean White's coming on the pitch for the Mariners. And the Mariners have the lead at 5-4 after trailing 4-0 and then 4-1. Ichiro got some favorable counts, a 2-0 to hit his first home run, a 3-1 count to get the second. We go to Sean White, and he'll pitch here in the 7th inning. Sean's been getting a big workload since being called up. Scoreless over his last 2 outings. Our Nissan shift to the bullpen. Sean over his last 2 outings, 2 innings, 2 hits. I was at Texas on Tuesday and Wednesday.
He's done a nice job. His ERA 2.93. Walk total a little bit higher than his 15 in the 3rd innings. 10 walks. See him cut that number down. But overall, he's pitched well.
We'll face Pedroia, Drew, and Bay here in the 7th. Line drive right field. Ichiro is right there. 1 out. The numbers on Mr. White: a 2.93 ERA. Opponent's hitting .218. 6 Ks and the 10 walks Mike was talking about. 1 out here in the 7th. We'll bring up J.D. Drew. White's charge is to hold the Red Sox scoreless again. They have not scored since the 3rd inning. Chris Jakubowskis leaves the game with the lead. Here's the 1-1. Good pitch. We're talking about that downward tilt that he's got. It's been very effective for him.
Good sinker. Nice slider to the right-handers.
0-2 strikes. Lester still looking shell-shocked. Brandon Morrow had that look yesterday. It does happen. Ichiro. Well, you know he's energized. 3 hits tonight, 2 of them home runs. He's driven in 3. Drive to right. Down the line. Foul ball. Boston Red Sox in town. Big crowd tonight, 34,952. J.D. Drew, the hitter, coming off a 2 for 10 series down against the Angels. Ground ball, Beltre. Throws out Drew, motoring down the line, 2 outs. Sean White, good start for him in the 7th inning. Here's Jason Bay, 5th in slugging in the American League, 2nd in bat and RBIs, 4th in runs, and 2nd in walks. He's having an outstanding early season. Walked twice, Wheatstone an error by Betancourt. Bay out of Trail, British Columbia. John Lester, born in Tacoma, Ellsbury in Madras, Oregon. Jeff Bailey from Longview, Washington. Northwest well represented on this Boston club. 2-0. Red Sox 7-6 in the month of May. They will be going home after this series. 2-1. A little high. Well, David Ortiz, not going to see him tonight. And word I got, more than likely won't see him for this 3 games in a starting role as Bay walks in a 3-1 pitch. David Bay, one of the dominant power hitters and clutch hitters in the last few years. The Mariners in News Talk 97.3 Cairo FM ask you to help fight hunger for Northwest Harvest prior to the Mariners Red Sox game. Tomorrow you can donate cash or non-perishable food to Northwest Harvest at any gate at Safeco Field. Mariners thank News Talk 97.3 Cairo FM for working to eliminate hunger in the Northwest. 2 outs, 1 on for Mike Lowell, MVP of the 2007 World Series.
Mariners pretty much playing straight away in the outfield and the infield. Lopez cheating towards second a little bit.
Pretty impressive, this Red Sox ball club game out, as you mentioned, starting without Big Papi contributing. There's a guy, 30 home runs in 109 games last year. 23 home runs, beg your pardon. 35 the year before. 54 the year before that. Terry Francona's got a big piece out of his offense, and yet he's right there in the thick of things in a very tough division. How about the American League East? Toronto, Boston, New York, Tampa, and Baltimore's a lot better, and they're 7 out.
Elias Euclid on the DL.
Yeah. Swing and a miss. Good pitch by Sean White. 1-1.
That's a good slider. Sean's done a nice job with that pitch. Lowell figuring he's going to get a fastball on a 1-0 count.
There's American League East. Wild card on your right. Toronto, that's an outstanding start. Tampa Bay's been getting it in gear recently as well. Called strike. Fielding Culbreth. Sean White in relief of Chris Jakubowski, who goes 6 innings, 4 runs, 3 earned, 7 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. And White trying to keep Boston off the board. Runner goes, fouled off. Terry Francona's ball club scored in each of the first 3 innings. Sean White set the 1-2 to Mike Lowell. And out in front again. Roll with a base hit to right in the third. He's 1 for 3. So the Mariners pitchers, you talk about Jakubowskis and White. Look what they've done. 1 for 17 after Jakubowskis got knocked around early. So a run in the first and an RBI by Drew. RBI triple by Ellsbury. Another RBI by Lugo. That was in the third, and another run scored in an error. 2-2. Bull had some surgery during the offseason. Was questionable, and he was a free agent. We were able to re-sign him, re-sign the captain, Jason Varitek. Good lead for Bay. White chases him back. Two and two, 2 out. Chase him back again. A 2-2. Into Lopez. Scoop. Fired. Got him. Inning over. 4 consecutive innings now. The Sox have been kept off the board. Mariners by 1. The lead. Big breaking ball to Mike Sweeney. Ball 1. Mike tonight has struck out looking. Pedroia made a heck of a play around the bag at second base. Fly out to center field. Popped up. Out of play. Here's Mike Lowe getting ready to heat up. Sean White done a nice job coming in for Chris Jakubowskis. He is a pitcher of record, Jakubowskis is. Up high, 2-1 to Mike Sweeney.
Nice job by Sean White tonight. Looks like it's going to be low in the 8th. He's getting loose out there, but Sean did a nice job again. He's really, I mean, you talked about his two-seamer, but he's really had a nice slider, too.
Sweeney takes a strike. That he has. John Wakamatsu really leaning on him now. Sean White's had opportunities, and he's made the most of them. Sean White called up middle of April. Kenji went on the DL. Sweeney drives one to right field, backing up Drew, about a step short of the track. How about this? Before the game, Larry the Cable Guy taking a little BP. Now you notice he doesn't have the sleeves. Of course now, I mean, he wears the sleeveless look all the time. Came to the clubhouse and Ken Griffey Jr. They gave him a jersey. He said, no. Let me cut the sleeves off. Now you look like Larry the Cable Guy.
Looks like Larry the Cage Guy. He hasn't got one out of it yet.
And he is fun. He was over in the Red Sox dugout and in the clubhouse for the Mariners. He was killing. He was very funny.
Get her done.
Can't repeat hardly anything except for maybe get her done, yeah. But he was killing. Breaking ball to Beltre. One out here in the 7th. Mariners with a 5-4 lead. In tight. See if he gets one out of the cage, Mike. Oh boy, get out of the cage. Fouled off.
Well, you were right, Dave. Young man Bard, he has a good arm on him. They said it's an easy 96 to 98.
He comes in with great credentials. Minor league pitcher of the year for the Red Sox last year. 2-2 to Beltre. Breaking ball, sky to left. Jason Bay comes in. Well, that sense of humor. Watch this. That'll baby. Stand there and look at it. Yeah, go ahead. I wish I'd been there. I had to leave, but I wish I'd been there during that because you know he and Junior were just. You know the barbs were going 100 miles an hour between Junior and Larry the Cable Guy. 2 outs here in the 7th for Ballantine. Ballantine with a leadoff double back in the 4th. Last 5 hits have been doubles. Swing and a miss, one. Game 2 of this weekend series. Josh Beckett, Garrett Olson getting the start because Eric Bedard has a bulky right hamstring. Remember, he hurt that hamstring the last start in Minnesota. Key play that's going to be remembered tonight about tonight's game, no matter what the outcome is John Lester having a chance for double play back in the 6th. They only get 1. Gutierrez singles in 2. And then Ichiro with the big 2-run homer. Oh, 2. Hold up. I was over on radio, so you guys put up some big numbers. Numbers comparison, Ballantine from last year to this year. The improvement is outstanding. A whole bunch of categories. 1 and 2. Broken bat through the infield for a base hit. So Ballantine 2 for 4 this evening. Got the job done there on a 1-2 count. 2-out base runner for the Mariners next Saturday. Mariners and Giants, they continue their interleague series. All kids 14 and under. They take home a Mariners drawstring backpack thanks to Pepsi and QFC. So round up your team and head out to Little League Weekend at the ballpark. Visit Mariners.com for tickets. Russell Brandon's had a nice night. Doubled down the right field line, single to left. He scored a run, 2 for 3. Good rip. Brandon, 5 hits on the recently completed road trip. He hit just a .161 with a homer. Struck out 13 times. So trying to reverse the tide here. One and one from Daniel Bard, 6'4", 200, out of Houston, Texas.
See if Russell can get one of those fastballs, 97 miles an hour. If he can get it down in the zone a little bit, give him a chance to drive it. It's going to be tough for him to catch up to a fastball that's up as hard as Bard is throwing.
There it is. Good call. Right back up the middle. Valentine thought about it. He'll hold it second. Exactly what Brandon got. He's got a 3 for 4 night.
Well, it is a fastball down. He hits it right back at the pitcher, Bard. Was hit right on the button right there.
2 outs, 2 on for Kenji Jojima. Mariners have rallied to take a lead here. 5-4, running the 5th, 4 in the 6th after being down 4-0. Kenji Jojima 6 for 18 on the road trip. Picked up a second home run. Up high. Kenji 1 for 3. Takashi Saito, right-hander for the Red Sox, warming up. For your base runners, the 1-0. High fly ball right field. J.D. Drew saunters under it, makes the catch, inning over. 2 men left. 7 in the books, a 5-4 lead. Mark Lowe will be the 3rd pitcher of the night.
Gets out over the plate, gets the Mariners going with a nice solo home run.
How about the 6th inning? Betancourt, this is the play, probably the play of the game, right?
I would think so. Little hesitation there by Lester. Still able to get Betancourt at second.
Gutierrez He singles, 2-run score. The relay from Ellsbury's cut off. Kenji scores. Gutierrez picks up 2 RBIs, gives him 15 on the year. Then Ichiro unloads again, a 3-1 pitch. Drives it to the first row. Great catch by that Mariner fan, and the Mariners have a 5-4 lead. Ichiro, a 3-for-4 night, 2 home runs. He's driven in 3. And Gutierrez a good night as well. 1 for 2, 2 RBIs. Here's Mark Lowe. First pitch to Rocco Baldelli. Strike 1. Lowe on the pitch. He'll face 6, 7, and 8 in the Boston order. Baldelli, Lugo, and Veritek. Mark Lowe has thrown hard. He had a bad outing down in Texas, but he's been plagued by just a lot of pitches. Pitch count been really high.
Yeah, a lot of 3-2 counts for him, but I like the way he's coming in tonight. Just a couple of really good fastballs, 97 miles an hour, throwing both for strikes.
He is getting it up there, 98.
I thought in his outing down in Texas, Dave, that he was throwing a lot of sliders early, falling behind and then having to throw his fastball, and it was costing him because he was behind.
1-2. Got him. Apply the tag. He did ghost his first base umpire, Gary Cederstrom. Baldelli's gone for the 3rd time. Strikeout victim, first time swinging.
Take a look at it after a couple of 97-mile-an-hour fastballs. Cannot hold up on this slider. Nice job.
The Mariners, 3 games under 500. Coming off a couple of heartbreakers. Down in Texas. 4.5 out. Last 2 losses going the other way. It's a little different story entering tonight, but beauty of baseball, you play on. Got another game. Get ready. Strike 1 to Lugo. So Rocco's having a tough night. 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. The old size 3 collar. 1-1. Good pitch. All 2 strikes. Rick Adair, pitching coach Ty Van Berkeley to his right. Mariners trying to get things turned around. A 1-7 road trip. A tough go. 2-2. Lugo to be followed by Jason Veritek. Lugo 0 for 3. And Veritek 0 for 3. Here's the 2-2.
Wow. Pretty good looking slider right there. And Tracer said it was up a little bit, but man, that was a good looking pitch.
It's one of those too close to call. You know, you usually see a guy try to at least protect on that. 3-2 from Mark Lowe. And he walked it. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, and the FSN crew glad to be back home.
Lugo has good speed over at first base. They're going to have to pay some attention to him.
Veritek, the captain. This Red Sox ball club 0 for 1 against Mark Lowe. Good pitch, strike 1. The Mariners haven't turned a double play since Tuesday. It's in order here. Ball and a strike, one of the key members of the two World Championship teams produced by the Red Sox in 04 and 07. Former Mariner. Swing and a miss.
Veritek really trying to gear up for the fastball, and Mark both swing and miss. You can see that one down in the zone.
Boy, a pitcher throwing that kind of pitch there can live there all night with that pitch.
They're not going to do anything with it even if they hit it.
A 1-2 to Veritek. Got him! 2 outs!
98 miles an hour. Just threw it right by him.
Good movement. Mariner pitching tonight. 6 strikeouts and 4 walks. Right now, pitcher of record, Chris Jacobauskas. Outside to Jeff Bailey. Bailey went 0 for 10 Angels series. It's Saito taking a blow right now, gearing up to come into the ball game. Here's the 1-0.
Fastball was right at the bottom of the strike zone. Good looking slider.
Tracer's measuring at the front part of the plate. 2-0 here. Check swing. Right field for Ichiro. Mark Lowe, a scoreless 8th. Red Sox haven't scored since the 3rd. Great work by Mariner pitching. It's 5-4 Seattle.
Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
Very entertaining ball game. First of 3 with the Red Sox. Mariners have a 5-4 lead. Seattle Mariners baseball on FSN. Brought to you by Banner Bank. Better ideas, better banking. And by Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut now delivers Toscani pasta pairs. Get an order delivered today. Good look at gorgeous Safeco Field with a good crowd on hand, 34,952. And the new pitcher for the Boston Red Sox, their 3rd of the evening, is Takashi Saito. Saito, we look at his work. First pitch to Betancourt for a called strike, allowed a run in 6 of 13 outings so far this season. Meanwhile, for Betancourt, how about this story? He's walked twice and was thrown out by inches. And the key play back in the 6th inning. Hit a comebacker to Lester in a double play situation. Lester clearly thought shortstop Lugo was going to cover the bag. Meanwhile, standing on the bag waiting for the throw was Dustin Pedroia. Lester finally threw out Betancourt, nipping him. That opened the door for the Mariners. It could have been done with a double play. Something you're familiar with, Mike, is Japanese pitchers with the hesitation in their windup.
Most of them have it. Just kind of step back and rock a little bit before they come home.
Saito, as we look at David Aardsma, getting ready for the 9th inning. Aardsma will be called on to do some closing duties for the time being. Here's the 1-2 to Betancourt. So when you played over in, we go through the Sunday matchup, Justin Masterson, who we've seen previously come out of the bullpen as a starter now, against Jason Vargas, did a nice job a couple of days ago down in Texas. But when you were over in Japan, was it everybody had a hesitation in their windup?
No, not everybody, but most of the pitchers did, yeah.
Different approach. Check out those numbers, folks. It's precedent setting. Total of 18 pitches seen by Mr. B coming up. Pitch number 19. Fly ball center field. Ellsbury backs up. The fact that Uni saw 19 pitches. Message must be sinking in after sitting the last 2 days.
Sometimes that's what it takes. Take a little bit of a playing time away. Get on the same page with everybody else.
Ears tend to open up a little bit. I can hear you now, huh? Don't miss.
You know, the thing about it is it's just going to make him a better player.
Absolutely. So. Great athlete. Seen that. One out, dad and his son. Tough to beat that picture. That's good stuff there. Gutierrez, 2-run single his last time up. 1 for 3. Saito had been with the Dodgers the last 3 years. A 5-4 lead for the Mariners. Bottom of the 8th. .39-year-old Saito, 1-1 to Gutierrez. .14 seasons. Yokohama and Central League over Japan, and Aardsma knows he's going to be the man tonight to protect a 1-run lead. Back up the middle. Gutierrez, a 2-hit night. Back-to-back base hits up the middle. Coors Light introduces the new 12-ounce cold activated can. When the mountains turn blue, your beer is as cold as the Rockies. Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Hey, Mike, we're in Colorado, 12, 13, 14 June. That sounds like a trip, huh? Catch the boys over at Coors.
Absolutely.
McCall, tell them we're coming. Runner goes. Gutierrez in safely. His second stolen base. Stolen base number 2 for Franklin Gutierrez. He's in scoring position. Why not with the night Ichiro's having? The last 2 times up, 5th inning, 6th inning. Ichiro went deep to right field.
Well, I guarantee you that's something that Veritek went out to the mound to talk about now that first base is open.
He has right-handed hitting Jose Lopez on deck. Indeed, what they're going to do. Why mess around? Ichiro is going to get a free pass. Jared Francona said nope, he's done enough damage. So now Jose Lopez, we've seen the last couple of years, seen guys in front of Jose walk to get to him. He's come through with some big hits.
He's done a nice job driving in runs the last few years. Right now 19 RBIs on the season.
Great speed on the base paths right now with one out. Gutierrez at second and Ichiro at first. Ellsbury not particularly deep in center field, but he does have some great wheels. That's why he can play a little shallow.
They have pretty good speed in their outfield. Drew runs well. Bay runs well.
You know what? I want to know who the lip readers are in baseball, because everybody's making like it's a James Bond movie, going out there covering their mouths. Who are the lip readers? I want stand up and count yourself.
I doubt that the hitters can do it, but they obviously they don't want you and I to read it.
What am I going to do? I can't get it down fast enough anyway.
I tell them something. Never know.
But everybody is covering up. Strike one to Lopez, who's bounced to short, lined out the third, fly to left, fly to center. As recently as your playing time, I don't remember guys doing it that.
No, I don't remember it either.
Here's the 0-1. Way out in front. A big frisbee curveball. One out, two on. Ball and two strikes to Jose Lopez. They intentionally walk Ichiro. Base open. Takashi Saito, third pitcher tonight. John Lester started. Daniel Bard went an inning and a third. Swing and a miss. That's some pitch. Two outs. Bring up Mike Sweeney. Well, hearing Purple Haze here, I've got to ask Mr. Sweeney what the connection is. I'm a big Hendricks fan as well. Aren't most people of a certain age in Seattle? Breaking ball for a called strike. Mike Sweeney this evening struck out looking. Thrown out by Pedroia. Fly to center, fly to right. Saito, 87 and 80. For Yokohama in the Japanese Central League in his 14 seasons, a career 3.81 ERA. Popped up, playable. Veritek taking charge, makes the play. That'll do it. To the ninth we go. Here we go again. The third game in a row. A big save opportunity. This time it's David Aertsma on the call. look at the Home Depot doing more on defense. Mike, we look at Mark Lowe.
Yeah, Mark is just nasty tonight. 98 miles an hour with his fastball. A really good slider. Did you see that strikeout?
So they get the punch out there. Got Veritek. And they got a check swing, fly ball right field, inning over. They walked him in that inning. No damage done. Nice job by Mark Lowe. Mark's velocity, his location, outstanding tonight. Here we go, ninth inning. David Aardsma. We saw Ards last night, or yesterday afternoon, I should say, pitched a 1-2-3 eighth inning, a fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout on a 3-2 pitch against the top of the Texas order. Here tonight, he'll have the top of the Boston order. Ellsbury, Pedroia, and Drew, a one-run game. A 1.62 ERA. Opponents hitting a $140. It's his baby.
Well, his first batter is a huge out for him. Ellsbury, if he gets on, he can run all over the place. So
Ellsbury 16 out of 20 in base stealing. He's doubled, tripled, and singled tonight. 2-0. The Red Sox come in having lost 2 of 3 at the Angels. There's a strike. 2-1 the Mariners. 1-7 road trip. They've lost 9 of 10. They sit 3 games under 500. One out here. And I love it. Mariner fans turn and look. A little raspberry to the Red Sox fans here.
that's a big out.
Keeps them away from a cycle. They got the hard part done early. His first at bat a double, a second at bat he got a triple. Here's what the Mariner pitchers have done after a very rocky start. Right now, Chris Jakubowski is a pitcher of record for the Mariners as Aardsma pours in a strike to Pedroia, who's 0 for 4 tonight. Fine job by Mariner pitchers tonight. Jakubowski finished strong. White and Lowe got the job done as well. Jakubowski gave up a run in the first, run in the second, 2 in the third. Then he shut the Red Sox out in the 4th, 5th, and 6th. That trend continued with White and Lowe in the 7th and 8th. The DA pumping in some gas there, 1 and 2.
And you saw where the location was right on the outside corner. 2 pitches and 2 strikes. Perfect pitches.
Brandon Morrow getting a night off, but possibly tomorrow night off. He'll be worked in to non-game safe situations. Drive to right. Ichiro got a long way to go. He's there. He makes the catch. 2 down. Ichiro having a night. 2 home runs, 3 runs batted in, a 3-hit night, and a fine catch right here. As you know, a terrific athlete, great range, but not out of the woods yet. Left-handed power here in J.D. Drew. He's got a single and a double, a strikeout and a ground out. The first pitch from Aardsma, ball 1. J.D. Drew, 1 for 1 career against Aardsma. Beltre takes a look. It'll get out of play. Mariners have only won 3 of the last 9 meetings against the Red Sox. 1 and 1. Boston's had just 4 base runners since the 3rd inning. Aardsma 1 and 1 to Drew. Up high. Mariners trying to get a win here. They've lost 9 of 10. Trying to get Jakubowskis his second win in his 6th start. The 2-1 way upstairs, 3-1. Think that adrenaline's flowing just a little bit?
I think so. He's throwing a little bit harder now. He was 91, 92 last few pitches, 95 miles an hour.
3 balls, 1 strike to J.D. Drew. You saw Jason Bay on deck. Kevin Duclas on the DL with an oblique problem. The 3-1 in there for a strike. Surprising Drew. The count's full. The 3-2 pitch. Game on the line. Line drive. Base hit up the middle. J.D. Drew right back through the box. They'll have to deal with Jason Bay. And Bay tonight has walked 3 times, reached on an error.
See if this hits a piece of Ardsma back up the middle. Oh, it looked like it went over his head. That was it right back at him, though.
So the Mariners trying to get their first win since Sunday. 5-3 win at Minnesota. Lost 9 of 10. They've lost 6 of the last 9 to the Boston Red Sox. Jason Bay, 5th in slugging, 2nd in RBIs, 4th in runs. He is having a campaign. The first pitch. Strike 1. Mariners at 4.5 back in the American League West. Texas has won. The Angels have lost. The 0-1. Outside, 1-1 to Jason Bay. And they got their horse up now. Jonathan Papelbon, if needed. He is getting ready. A 1-1 to Jason Bay. Miss down low, 2-1.
Wow. See the tracer. That's a pretty good pitch.
Fans on their feet, 34,952. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Brandon Morrow, tough outings the last couple of nights. He tastes bitter defeat. Here's Ardsma in the closer's roll. 2-2. A drive to left. Going back is Valentine. He's got room on the track. And the Mariners win the ball game. 5-4. Beltre had his hands on his knees. Looked like he was holding his breath. The DA, David Ardsma, comes on and picks up the save. He gets the win for Chris Jakubowskis, who goes to 2-4. John Lester, the loss. He's 2-4. And Ardsma, the hero, but the big guy is Ichiro. 2 home runs, 3 hits, and a big catch in the 9th inning. And the Mariners